The member for Greenlaw. The question is that the motion be agreed to. The member for Greenlaw.
I second the motion, Madam Speaker, and we all know that this is a position that you coveted for years and years. How sad is it, Madam Speaker, that having achieved this ambition, you have chosen the low road of partisanship rather than the high road of independence that this office demands. Madam Speaker, when you were the member for Mackellar, you were very fond of the big book. The big book. Well, I draw your attention to pages 563 and 564, which have a very simple principle. The Speaker must show impartiality in the chamber above all else. That is the fundamental principle upon which the reliance and integrity of this parliament resides. Now, those opposite say, oh, but we won the election. That is absolutely true. There is a majority there. But there are millions of Australians voted for us on this side, and they also deserve to be represented and not treated with contempt from the chair of the House of Representatives. It is one thing for this Prime Minister, when he was Leader of the Opposition, to want to trash the 43rd Parliament and come in here every day and move suspensions of standing orders and engage in disruptive conduct as a tactic. But it is another thing, having won the election and achieved the high office of Prime Minister, for him and his team to trash the 44th Parliament. So addicted are they to negative tactics, they engage in it. And we see it every day. We saw the Prime Minister last week, while the division was being counted, while the sand was going through the hourglass, looking upwards and giving directions to you, Madam Speaker, saying close the door, close the door, close the door. We see, time after time, the Leader of the House give instructions to you as the chair, including today. And Madam Speaker, we have a penalty count at the moment that if it was a South Manly game and the penalty count was 98-0 in favour of the home team, they'd be jumping the fence. They'd be jumping the fence. Because what we have day after day in this parliament is partisanship from the chair, is abuse of standing orders, is treatment of those on this side of the House, with contempt. And we're seeing it by this very process. We're seeing it by the process whereby those opposite aren't even allowing this motion to be debated. They're having a suspension of standing orders. What they should be doing is allowing this motion, and then it would be a vote in confidence in your speakership. As it is left hanging. It is left hanging as a result of them not even allowing the motion to proceed.
I would remind the member that he must address the motion as he is
I am, and that's why standing orders should be suspended. And you have just given a cracker of an example, Madam Speaker, a cracker of an example of your partisanship. Here I am saying why it should be suspended so that we have the proper debate and we have a vote in your speakership and whether you have the confidence of the House, and you interject from the chair, Madam Speaker, in order to slap that down. Well, today we had, in the naming of the member for Isaacs, an unprecedented action taken for such a minimal statement. I checked, Madam Speaker, if he said Madame Speaker, because I thought maybe there was something that was a reflection, but there was not. What we see from those opposite, and we see in this chamber every day, is the born-to-rule mentality of those opposite. We saw it from this Prime Minister. Just 2 days ago with his reinstatement of imperial honours. And we see it with your behaviour, unfortunately, Madam Speaker, each and every day in this chamber.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. All of those in